Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. So I have to warn you today, I'm not feeling my best, but I really wanted to get a couple videos up for you guys this week anyway, and if I don't do them today they just won't get done. So today I'm just keeping it simple and showing you how to do wing liner. Everything that I've got on my face I've done like reels on my Instagram, so you can head over there if you want to know what products that I've used. But today we're focusing on wing liner, which I know is so challenging for everyone, myself included, but I feel like I've really found techniques that work for me that make it so much easier so that I don't actually get nervous each time I do my liner. I mean, you're never really going to get them perfect every time, but you can get it pretty close. So first up is to decide what product you like to use for your liner. I always go for a pen liner like this. This is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper Black. And this is my favourite. To be honest, like quite a few pencil liners. There's a MAC one that I really like. The Oma one, the Cleopatra's Ink Oma like pen liner is really nice as well. But you can obviously use whatever liner you like. The techniques are going to be the same. It just depends on what you find easier to use. Now I've left my lids pretty bare today. I've just put a tiny little bit of like bronzer in the crease just to make it nice and easy to show you what I'm doing. But I have already popped on my mascara because I did a little like mascara reel. So normally I would do this before I do mascara, but we can still make it work. I'm going to start off by showing you on this eye right here, and then maybe I'll just do it on both eyes just to show you. So once you have the product that you want to use, we're going to get started. I'm just going to use a small mirror because it's really helpful to get up close and personal so you can see exactly what you're doing. And first up, I always like to just trace along my entire upper lash line. And to do this, I hold the pen on its side and almost just stamp right close as you can get to that lash line, because we don't want to make this part too thick. So I always look down into the mirror and then just lay the brush along that lash line. And this just allows you to get as close as possible. And obviously as you get to the middle portion, kind of where your pupil is, that's where you can start thickening it up a little bit. But anywhere from the pupil to the inner corner, I like to keep really nice and fine. That's what can give you that nice almond shaped eye, or if you're doing like a cat eye or anything like that, just make sure that the thickness is in the outer corner rather than all the way into the inner corner. So now that we've got that done, hopefully you can see that it's slightly thicker on this outer portion here. Now we're going to get started on our wing. So you can start off obviously doing a like smaller wing and then building it up, but as you get more confident you kind of know the size of the wing that you want. But what we're going to do is have a little look on your lower lash line here. What direction is that going in towards the brow? Depending on how long your brow is, it could be that you're going towards the tail of your brow. My brow doesn't extend quite as far as that, so I go from the lower lash line. See how that's angling out just right here? So that is the angle in which I like to draw my wing. Using very, very light pressure, I'm just going to draw a line like that, and that's going to be my wing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect that. Not right at the edge of the wing, because we want that little bit of the edge to be a nice little flick. So just a little bit further down, we're literally going to drag it across just to meet that lid there. Then we're going to fill in the gap. I always say like don't go too thick at first. You can always add a little bit more, but it's obviously really hard to take away. A tip for anyone who does make a mistake, you can just take a little bit of your concealer. So let me just show you, for example, if I'd messed up underneath, or if you just want to clean up underneath, you can take a little brush like this. This is the Morphe M432. It's a really nice little flat brush. You can pick up a little bit of concealer, just a tiny bit, on that brush, and you can actually use that underneath to clean up any mistakes or like sharpen that wing a little bit. And then just like pat underneath so you don't disturb any of the other makeup. It's all about practice when you do your wing. So let me do the other side. I'm not going to talk through it as much, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So obviously this is the time that you can have a look at them and just add where you need to add. I just had to add a little bit extra on this corner because I did take this one out slightly more. But as you can see, she looks pretty cute. Another tip though that I think really just makes such a difference is to add a colour and tight line up the top here. So it's like your top waterline. We call it tight lining. I don't actually know what else you could call it, to be honest. This one is the Kat Von D Anti-Precision Black Liner. So all we're going to do is pop this just up in this upper waterline area. You can keep your eye open while you do it. And I want you to have a look at the difference between the two eyes. It's such a subtle difference, but I think it just makes everything look so much more seamless because then everything is super black rather than there being any kind of beige tones peeking through. This just like really like makes your lashes look thicker as well. You can do this even if you're not wearing like wing liner. I know this was a super short video, but I really hope that you guys found it helpful and that you can master your wing liner. Let me know in the comments below if you did find it helpful, if you're trying out any of these tips, or if you have any tips of your own as well that any of us can try out. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I make 2 videos a week and I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.